Welcome viewers. Today we are keeping things local and I'm going to feature an AI tool I really enjoy using. It's an AI image generation tool, Ideogram AI. You'll see that this is really a precision tool for image generation. First, we'll go through the interface here. As you can see, you have, just like any other AI platform available, you have the overall interface here with the chat bar like usual, except it's focused on image generation. So what I like about it is the ability to choose the different aspect ratios. For example, you have all these selections here that you can choose from: landscape, portrait. You have the number of generations you'd like to do at once. I usually leave it on 4. Here's where you choose the model. Generally, if you keep it on auto, that's typically the best. But you can also look at some of the older models I have available. As you can see, sometimes there may be something unique about that older model that you might want to invoke that instead of the latest model. But generally, if you put it on auto, that will suit you quite well. What's really interesting is the magic prompt, which I will showcase in a minute. I always leave this on. This will enhance your initial prompt. So before we put a prompt in, I'll just go through some of the sections here. You can see you can explore the gallery, the public images by the top rated ones. You can sort by day, by the week, all time. Let's see what that gives us. That's cool. Batman. And you can go by people. It really excels at clean imagery, as you can see here. Very nice, realistic photography, really. By product, if you want to showcase a product, sell a product, you can use this quite effectively. Nature, you can see here some beautiful images, nice sunset here. But here's where it really gets interesting and why I like Ideogram when it comes to these 3 areas. Posters, you can see how well done this is. Logos, t-shirts, which are always cool. Get this printed and make your own t-shirt. So really, Ideogram excels at typography and rendering text within an image. There's also a canvas tool, which we can look at later, where you can overlay text on top of an image you're already happy with. You can really generate fantastic text and render it inside an AI generated image. Let's start with a prompt to create a thumbnail for this YouTube video itself. So I'm going to put a prompt in here and let's see how this turns out. Brings it up in the right, but you can click on view and creations. It'll bring it up in your my images area, which you can see here. You can see some of the older stuff I've got there in my image gallery. And let's see what we have here. This might be closer to what we'll use. And as you can see on the left-hand side, you have collections here. So you can add this to the collection. So I'll do that by scrolling down here, add to a collection. Now, if I click on collections, you can see the different collections I have here, a book I'm working on here, topic for another video one day if I ever get it done. But if I can go to my collection, I see my images here. Why don't we try this one and it can showcase the remix feature. You can see here's the prompt, but Magic Prompt rewrites it. It gives you a more detailed, optimized prompt for Ideogram. And you can copy that prompt if you want, use it in another tool, Nano Banana, for example, or Grok Imagine. Why don't I showcase the remix tool here, hit remix, and you can see here, kind of small, but if I click on this, you have the strength of the remix. So let's go 20% and we're generating, and you can see we have some different variations. Now I'll pick one to showcase the magic fill feature. This is a good one to try out. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this, click on next. Actually going to attach the Ideogram logo, and what I'm going to ask it to do, replace the highlighted area with the attached Ideogram logo. You can see here the highlighted section. Let's let it finish its thing. There you can see it's replaced it with the proper typography for the Ideogram logo. So that's one example there, but there are countless other examples of where you could use the magic fill feature. And we can download it now. You can see you have the ability to upscale if you want. It does cost credits to do that, but we'll just do high definition for now, and that downloads to your downloads folder. Now that we have that downloaded, we will open up the canvas tool, which is here, and we're going to add an image. So if I want, you can now add text. So let's say we want to put something like this, and you can see it lines up really nicely right down the center. You can choose your formatting here. Let's say edit with precision. I don't know if that'll be the final video thumbnail, but that's what we'll do just for this illustration. I'm going to put it in italics. That one doesn't seem to allow it. This one works. Again, you can line it right up. Let's change that color. Make it bold. I'll go white like that. That's kind of cool there. But you get the idea of the canvas tool giving you that extra level of precision. So now here, this is a bit confusing, I would say, with the interface. Is that it says download, but all that's going to do is download the original image. So you actually have to download it from here on the left-hand bottom side of the screen. Highest quality, you want to choose that, and you hit download. And there you have it again for further revisions or whatever you'd like to do with that image. Now we'll go through the characters. And this is really cool because you can add your own character. I've uploaded an image of myself here, and I can show you what I've done with it. Now this takes a little bit more work. You're going to have to refine multiple times, generate multiple images in order to get what you want. But eventually I was looking for, and I have it in my collections here, I was looking for an animated version of myself. You can see here, using my character, I was able to create a couple different versions of Ryan Driver. As you can see here, this version goes to the gym more than the real Ryan Driver, but nevertheless, I think it's a pretty cool image. And next, I will show you the describe feature. So I'm going to attach a photo of a sunset. I must have some obsession with sunsets, but let's use the describe feature. As you can see here, it's describing the image. There you have a detailed description of the image I attached. It's only taken that image and described it. And now I can take this and I can play around with this if I want. Maybe I want a different aspect ratio. Maybe we'll go 4:3 aspect ratio like TVs used to be. And maybe I'm going to use a different style again. Let's try this Forest Reverie. And let's just see what happens. This was the image I uploaded. It described the image and I included a style, and we have a few other variations here. And let's say I like this image, I can always just like it like that. One more example here, this is from the gallery. I'm going to remix. The aspect ratio is fixed from the remix parent. Let's add our style, dramatic cinema. Take the remix bar to 60. And here we have our remixed photo. So that's your overview of Ideogram AI. I think it's a fantastic image generation platform. It's intuitive, it's fun. And as with anything else, you will have to generate multiple variations, multiple ideas before you get to what you're looking for. It takes time. Sometimes you have a one-shot prompt and it works great and you get exactly what you want, but I think you can see the power of this tool for the use cases that you might need, in particular when it comes to images that require typography generated within it. Thanks for watching today's videos, and we'll see you on the next one.